All right, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome aboard our primary live trade brief. Very interesting overnight futures and China, and all sorts of stuff like that. Quick disclosures, still short Lulu, still short MGM, short, or that's wrong. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Was short SPX yesterday for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it was. Made about $3,500, or Susie did. Neutral on Raytheon and my long Apple. Yeah, Apple bull put spread. Susie's out of her Apple shares yesterday. Real quick, it's not shameless. There's absolutely no shame here. Plug for the Max Afterburner or the regular Afterburner, folks. I mean, yesterday was for Susie's PA. So I trade my PA, Susie's PA. As you guys know, I'm trying to train. Matthew's coming with trade ideas last night. He's like, who makes hand sanitizer? I think if we shut down again, we need to buy, let's buy stock in Purell. I'm like, is that the company? So it's been fun. I mean, this lockdown's been good and bad for folks. It's been one of the best things that ever happened to us. Spending more time with your family, getting your two kids to go to flight school together down at Pompano Airport, flying a little, what's it called, Diamond airplane, and then trying to teach them how to trade has been awesome. Goose, it is. The lifetime membership is priceless. But so yesterday, folks, so this was yesterday, essentially. Susie made about 18 grand in Apple and then an S&P bear call spread. So in full disclosure, this was, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. So what was it, guys, like at 116 yesterday? I felt the market was going to roll over. So, so the Top Gun Options will never be ever a live trade room of trading. These people who sit here for 8 hours a day are miserable human beings. I don't. I enjoy life. I trade for a little bit and I'm gone. Even if I do trade for a day. So here you go. Here's yesterday at 116. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling it. So over in my PA, I bought Microsoft 4,000 shares, which are doing fantastic today. Microsoft up. So those shares are up $5,600 right now in a day. But I'm like, you know what? The market's going to roll over here and sell off into the close. Sell 30. I did the 3180, 5 bear call spread. Okay. Yeah, SDIS. You guys are doing fantastic over here too. I'll talk about that in a second. But Josh in, Jason in, Christine, you guys got better fills than I did. And within an hour, folks, it was boom, sledge out, 62% profit. I put in an order. It was 70% in, was it an hour and whatever, 14 minutes, $2,500. Josh, 70%. Good call, Wiz. Jason, 62%. Nice call, Wiz. So this is why, and I'm like, this is why we take profits, because what happened? There was a big buy order towards the end of the day, and literally look at what I posted at 4 p.m. Wow. Does anybody know where the SPX finished yesterday? 31.79 and like 99 cents. I'm not shitting you, man. What the close at? What was the closing print? I sat here. I'm like, I'll show you all my orders because I kept trying to get out of the thing. And I'm like, all right, screw it. Towards the end, I'm like, I'm just going to watch. And yesterday was comical. Look at this into the close. It closed at 31.79.80 or something like that. It went above 31.80 for a second in like the last 5 minutes, and I sat here and I'm like, 31.79.60. Hey man, doesn't matter. So Susie made 34.50 in a couple hours on that trade. Why am I rambling about this? Because this is what I do with the Max Afterburner folks and the regular Afterburner folks. Yesterday alone, ladies and gentlemen, the only trading day of July right there, Susie made over $20,000 in her personal account. This account started the year, what'd she start the year at, 150 or something like that? Whatever it was, so yesterday alone, in one trading day, with 2 trades, Susie made essentially what the membership is for Max Afterburner for 6 months. It was Rick did the same thing. There you go with SPX. So this is just real quick. This is This is what we do in Max Afterburner. So when I am sitting here or trading, you see exactly what I'm trading here, man. They get everything before I place a trade. They actually get anything. Technically, I can't front run because I'm not. This is a squadron. We're all giving investment ideas in here. Same thing over here. So this is the Max Afterburner group. 79 folks in there. This is the regular. I call it regular Afterburner or just Afterburner. And these guys, Jeff's in here, Trader Vic's in here. There are some. Kevin's doing some nice work in here. So this is fantastic. These guys are doing great work. This group's doing great work. So I strongly recommend if you want to kind of if the intention of Top Gun Options has never been this. That's why these are investment squadrons and kind of out in their own world. Because at Top Gun Options, over on this side of the Chinese wall, it's to teach you how to potentially trade equity options. But if you're interested in something more than that, hey man, that's here. So you can always shoot me an email, WHIZ at Top Gun Options to get into these, because we're doing the Lord's work. Now the Microsoft shares are up $6,200. This is a buying opportunity. My call this morning, everybody was like, buy this dip. All right, let's go. We briefed yesterday that this is going on in the background. This is the Israelis are out doing the Lord's work, their Lord's work, not Allah's work, apparently, and just blowing the shit up out of Iranian nuke sites, factories, and missile bases. And did you see, was it the foreign minister, defense secretary, whatever? I love Israel, man. I love, Benjamin Netanyahu. Well, we got nukes, or we might not. Or the defense secretary yesterday is like, man, it's really odd that all that shit just blew up. Who knew? What's Iran going to do? Okay, we'll launch more rockets. Okay, our Iron Dome and all our shit just shoots those things down in the blink of an eye. And before we dropped Saddam Hussein at the end of a noose, he was paying terrorist families, right? If you blew shit up in Israel or you became a suicide bomber, well, it doesn't matter if they, destroy your house. I love the Israelis like that. They're like, just know if you're a suicide bomber, we're going to go destroy your house. Well, they should have gone full mafia. You do that, yeah. Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. They might actually do that. My point being is this is going on in the background. We don't care about it right now. Reopening and second COVID and holy shit and Miami-Dade and Florida's a stupid state and this is in the background. If you don't think Donald J. Trump, well, hopefully he's getting a briefing on all this stuff, with the whole bounties on soldiers thing, everybody's giving him shit again. I get his style. I know you guys know that I have a deep throat that is in the briefing chain and knows exactly the guy's demeanor, knows what he was briefed, and I'll leave it at that. So he might be getting briefed on stuff, and they give him a big bite. The President's Daily Briefing, PDB. Does he read it? You guys figure that out. Or does he just kind of sit there and talk to people or looking out the window? Anyway, I'm rambling about this because this can flare up. It's one of our drink acronyms. Iran in front of the election can be like, who do we want? A dude who shits his pants or doesn't know if somebody else shit his pants because he's got dementia, or Donald Trump, who blew us back in the Stone Age and who has no problem with Benjamin Netanyahu blowing us back in the Stone Age. They want Joe Biden to win, folks. I'm not kidding when I say that. So what do you think? What would you do if you were the grand supreme poobah of Iran? Would you cause trouble right in front of the election to make Trump have to act or not? So, Dan, that's one of the funniest things I've seen, man. JP Morgan says a Biden win in November may be good for markets. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Almost as dumb as JP Morgan saying Hillary Clinton's going to win. And if she doesn't and Trump wins, we're all going to go broke because the market will be at zero. Joe Biden reversing all of the Trump tax cuts will cause this country to slip from recession into depression. I guarantee it. I won't care because as the market implodes 25%, I will become richer. I want people to believe what JP Morgan's saying. I absolutely want I will tell people that, and then I will tell my friends here to do the exact opposite. I will become JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. Let me tell you what we think as an institution, and then I'm going to tell all my clients to do the exact opposite. I today, Edward Matthew Buckley, call sign Wiz, just became Goldman Sachs. I just became a blue blood bank. Isn't that fantastic? That's exactly what we're going to do, folks. I am very proud of myself. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to do webinars. I'm going to walk people into an ambush. I've just become Axe from Axe Capital. Does everybody understand that? We're all in the loop. We're going to be in the loop. We need people on the other side of those bearish trades. You're right. Joe Biden is going to win, and the market's going to go through the roof. I'm buying all these puts, and I'll be on the other side of all your bullish trades. You idiot. I can't even. Again, guys, this is the smart money, ladies and gentlemen. And he went to Hofstra. Yes. Oh my God, man, that's fantastic. I'm going to love this election. Now, don't get me wrong. First of all, they're wrong about if Joe Biden wins, it'll be good for the markets. I'm still I'm a 50 delta right now on Joe Biden. Let me get out of my Microsoft. Microsoft is up $8,000 in a day. $8,000 in a day is not a bad, in my personal account, thing to do. I'll do that later. But listen to me, folks. Christina, no, J.P. Morgan isn't. Well, J.P. Morgan, she asked, are they playing to the masses? J.P. Morgan is run by Jamie Dimon. 3 years ago, after Trump won, Jamie Dimon more or less said he was running for president. Does everybody, if you were here, that earnings call, he more or less said, oh my God, if Trump can be president. I hung out with the guy. I party with the dude. He's an idiot. He was on The Apprentice. He's done some real estate deals, gone bankrupt a bunch of times, especially in Atlantic City, where Wiz parked cars at the Taj Mahal. I'm going to be president. And then, because his earnings call was about uniting the country, it was like after Charlottesville or something like that. Jamie Dimon more or less said, and then like a year later, he's like, it would be too much of a pay cut. So get this, guys, they're limousine liberals. I've seen these people. I've met these people. I've been to my sister's house in the Hamptons, who lives next to Bon Jovi. I've done this, guys. I know they're gross. They're rich as hell, and they do the standard. They drive by in their limo, look at poor people, and go, "Oh my God, something should be done to help those people." And then we in the middle class or the 3% get screwed, right? So, Oh, I'm that Steve. Exactly. Listen to yourself. Don't miss those trades. Oh, I won't. Coming into the election, I am going to pump this up. Joe Biden's going to win. Nice turnaround in the S&P 500. So in the groups this morning, I said I would put on. This is a buying opportunity. Put a bull put spread into this pop. I'd be looking at an SPX bull put spread out to tomorrow, Wednesday. Anyway, we got to move because we have a lot to talk about. This article I've covered in bits and pieces. I put it in the chat box. This is a must read. I give you like one must read a month. This is a must read because the headline is fantastic. How the Black Death made the rich richer and they tie it to COVID. I will put this in the chat box. You must read it today because it really digs into everything Amazon that I've said for the past 3 months. And Amazon will go higher. Oh my God, it's down $10. We're screwed. Amazon, if you didn't get if you're not in solo Amazon, you didn't get into those trades yesterday, do it now. Do it now. Do it yesterday. Do it 3 months ago when I said to do it and I didn't do it. Moron. Bolsonaro tested for coronavirus after feeling unwell and running a temperature. Holy shit. We did some good work in EWZ for a while there. Then I got kicked in the teeth. Then I said, what's going on? I did some research and they're buying stocks. Done. Bullish. This might finally be the David versus Goliath. This is the rock to the forehead that maybe rocks Brazil's markets. Maybe. Why do I say maybe? Because he's been tested in the past. He's like Trump, folks, right? We've heard this before. Brazilian news sources, including an affiliate of CNN, which must be believed, report that Bolsonaro has tested positive for the virus, but this has not been verified. But we're going to report something that's not verified. I love journalism. Bolsonaro could be a wife beater, but we haven't verified this. But sources say. But he's been tested a bunch in the past, but today, a little bit of a temperature and a high fever, or high fever, not feeling well. In China news, we have 2 battle groups out in the Pacific, and they're not happy about it. China can deal with the United. I love this headline. China can deal with the United States. Scholars. Going forward, I'm calling myself a scholar and a legendary investor. I'm blowing Dave Portnoy out of the water, but my point being is, based on our year-to-date performance in our personal accounts, let alone the model portfolios, I make every hedge fund manager look awful and stupid, which most of them are. Hail to the whiz. So this headline is comical. I love the Wall Street Journal. It's my bread and butter. Read it every morning on the train, the Metra, 32-minute express train in the Union Station. Walk down Jackson Avenue to the Board of Trade. But it's comical, folks. The tactical market that we live in. Yesterday, stocks rally on global hopes in China, and next day, stocks lower as investors feel the rally was overdone. What are you talking about? Rally was overdone. 2 weeks ago, J.P. Morgan finally told its clients to buy stocks. But it really is funny that J.P. Morgan's now saying a Biden win might not be bad for the markets. Did you see the reporting of the president's speech? I watched the president's speech, July 3rd. If you didn't read it monotone off a teleprompter, the words were without a doubt the best speech the man has given in his entire life. It was unifying. It was a defense of American values and American heroes. That piece of shit, Tammy Duckworth, I don't care if she lost her legs in Iraq. That sucks. That's awful. That's what she signed up for. She's like a McCain, man. I love Democrats who hold military people up when they want to, as you can't say anything bad about them because, McCain was a POW or she had her legs blown off. That's fucking horrific. Politically, they're both assholes. Period. She's a horrible human being. Period. Salute your service, ma'am. God, brutal. You're an idiot. Why am I ranting about this? Because the media coverage of his speech they were outright lies. So now you know what's coming in the next month to 3 months. It's going to be a disgrace. The New York Times, dark and divisive speech. Tammy Duckworth, he defended Confederate, generals and was these traitors. He never mentioned one Confederate name. And the idiot chick on CNN that interviewed her just sat there like a potted plant and let her rant. Tammy Duckworth is a disgraceful human being. She is awful. Don't give me this shit. I get John McCain, man. First of all, he's a shitty fighter pilot. Anybody who was at my house or at the Boca event before we all went to prison 3 years ago, whenever that was. Karen, when was that? Edmund, you were here. We had a good time. One of your fellow members, Coleman Absher, was in John McCain's first Fleet Squadron. You want to know about John McCain? You come to my next event. Coleman lives here in God's waiting room. He's a great American. And he was a shitty pilot. I think he lost 5 airplanes. That ain't the definition of a good airplane pilot. All right, we got to go. My point being is this type of news, or J.P. Morgan going with Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Citi, Bank of America, like,
Maybe if we tell all these idiots that the stock market won't be bad under Biden, they'll listen to us.
Wrong. I didn't listen to you. A lot of folks listened to you the last time. Trump won. The markets get all these idiots. They missed that rally. I got it wrong, folks, just like Amazon. When I'm wrong, it's fantastic, usually. North Korea doesn't. We don't kill 25 million North Koreans. Amazon's at 3,000 now. And I said Trump wins, the S&P goes up 20% easily. It was up 21.7%. Another shitty call by me. These people suck. And they charge 2 and 20? Actually, they don't. They're all going out of business. Iconic short seller Lansdowne closing main hedge fund after worst losses ever. Ladies and gentlemen, these people have Teslas, they have houses in the Hamptons, they have private jets, and they suck. I want to have a hedge fund conference that sucks. I want to just get on stage and destroy these people. I'm not going to go doing pizza reviews or anything like that, but Dave Portnoy, to a point, is right. Look, the market's already turned around. Look at the chart of the S&P 500. My Microsoft is up 10 grand. Hang on, folks. I'm getting $13,000 in a day on Microsoft. I got to get out of this. Holy shnikes. Done. Out. 13 grand. Whew. I'll take it. 20 grand in Susie's, 13 in mine. There's $33,000 in 2 days. Here's another reason that China had a pretty good bubble. Confirmed. Done. Out of Microsoft. China tells its population to flood into stocks. If you were here in 2015, folks, this was bad. Look at this guy. This guy's in like an internet cafe. Does everybody remember the last time I called kind of close to the top of China? We saw a picture of like a fruit vendor, which is probably the healthiest thing they ever eat in China, because like next to him was a bat vendor or a dog vendor. This guy's huddled over his fruit cart, and you can see through his shoulder, he's got his trade screen up. This is a Joe Kennedy moment. Uncle Sam's going to love you in April. I might not be here in April. I'll be somewhere where capital gains don't exist. And oh, by the way, if you trade through an LLC and you do it right, Uncle Sammy ain't getting shit. Uncle Sam can go F itself. What am I paying for? My wife homeschools the kids. The cops ain't going to show up. Why am I paying taxes? I already have my Word document printed up that says, Dear Jerome, apparently I heard on 60 Minutes you can print money digitally. Here's how much I owe. How about this yesterday, folks? This kind of broke after the market closed. Did everybody read this? Thousands of investment advisors and portfolio managers who got government bailouts. I want you will be shocked. How about that guy, folks? You ever watch the halftime show or the trade, whatever it is, with Judge Wapner and that guy Josh Brown? He kind of, I'm a New Yorker and you're all stupid and I'm fantastic. Josh Brown and his firm, who Ritholtz Wealth Management, got about $1 million in a bailout. Folks, yeah, I'll share the link. Ladies and gentlemen, you can look at this Excel sheet. It is an absolute disgrace. This will make your blood boil. As a reminder, the PPP was designed to help small businesses weather fallout from the pandemic. It did so by funding small and medium companies with less than 500 employees. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. I have buddies who are declaring bankruptcy. Their restaurants haven't reopened since they just reclosed. America is coming apart at the seams. And look at this. Look at these people who took money. Investment advisors are paid very generous fees to anticipate precisely the kind of downturn that the COVID unleashed. They didn't. I did. I embarrassed these people. 1,436 investment advisors and applied and received, in many cases, over $1 million, ladies and gentlemen. You should be grabbing, where's the pitchfork and torch closet? You can't even look at this piece of, this guy is a disgrace. Tesla Permabull, his name's Gerber Kawasaki. All over Twitter, PPP looks like a scam. This can't be real. This whole PP thing looks like it's a big Trump scan. Guess what Ross Gerber did? Took $350 to $1 million in taxpayer money. Did he apply for this before he tweeted this? Will he be shamed on Twitter like he shamed? If you live in Santa Monica, please steer the homeless. And they put his home address. Wow. Mr. Gerber submitted his loan under the motorcycle, ATV, and other motor vehicle dealers. Wow. So does this guy sell motorbikes on the side? So we just turn the lights on in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. I hate people like Ross Gerber. It's another Trump scan. Submit. That's Wall Street. That's why I left. That's why it's disgusting. And I told you they pushed their own mother in front of a bus. This is Obi. I'm not surprised, guys. I briefed you on this. I'm not. You're surprised. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised. I knew this was going on. You don't even know what's going on. Places who have probably 72 attorneys on their staff. I'm not telling you publicly what I know. I know exactly who got bailed out in Chicago, and I swear to God, guys, you're gonna go ape shit. These people are billionaires, and they got government money. You'll find out eventually. I know. I might get back into Microsoft. Now, city. Beautiful city. City 2 days before the election. Hillary Clinton wins. Trump wins, the market implodes. City warns we would not chase markets higher from these current levels. Oh, really? Yeah, there you go. Show who was it? JP Morgan. He reversed $2 trillion in tax cuts. The economy will implode. It's a fact, folks. It's math. Temptation to call the peak grows after S&P 500's 40% rally. It's comical, man. The smart money. No such thing, man, except for us. I'm not kidding, guys. If you've been here, we freaking nailed this. Nailed it. Never forget January 22nd. Can't remember the wife's birthday, anniversary, our kids. I don't even know where I am. January 22nd, I know where I was in AR. And then that week, we had Full Throttle. And I'm leaving those old Full Throttle sessions up there. You can put them on my headstone. I nailed it. One of those days, towards the end, I said, go buy masks. Fauci, you don't need masks. I'm like, that dude's full of shit. Go grab masks, get long volatility, and put us on the S&P 500. Boom! Legendary investor, Edward Matthew Buckley. I'll start calling myself that, like Trump calls himself a wartime president. What did we do last week? Let's debrief. MGM. Is Susie still in that? I never got filled on that in the paper trading account. MGM, yeah, up 60%. MGM really doesn't move that much. It's a really interesting. Actually, the charts are working over here in the paper trading. Should have done that bull put spread on Apple when I said it. MGM and Disney, man. Disney was a nail biter last week for one of our positions. But it also, so let's talk through Disney. I think it was in AR tomorrow, but because many of you did what? You prematurely ejected, which you never want to do. So a couple things we need to tighten up, and we got a meeting later today. I got to figure out when I'm doing full throttle, so it's a coming. Many of you might be trading too big. I'm going to give you my set it and forget it speech once again, because every once in a while I need to do this. Because when Disney was doing its whole like, holy shit last week, I didn't care. Why? Because the maximum risk per trade for me, for my beautiful bride, for the kids' accounts that we're opening, so they can trade on their own, is an amount of money where I go, it sucked, but I don't go, holy shit, and panic. You're trading wrong if you look at the max potential loss on a trade and go, that better not happen, because you better sit there and go, that's going to happen. And I'm telling you, I can tell many of you aren't doing this. I will tell you the story again. Years ago when I flew back up to Chicago, talking to, one of my buddies had played Secret Squirrel in one of my briefs, and he's like, dude, what the hell? What's this adjustment shit? What are you talking about? I'm like, well, retail traders like to, if a trade's going against them, half of them looked at me like I was nuts. It's like, dude, that's the risk in the trade. Do it. So I went from, being retail trader, kind of doing my old, I'm a fighter pilot, let me apply this trading, worked really well, go up to the big leagues, mention adjustments and stuff like that. They're like, dude, what are you, stupid? This is, I enjoy life. I'm going to the SIBO gym for an hour, then I'm going to go get drunk for another hour and a half, and then I'm going to come back and see what my positions did. So the people that sit here for 8 hours a day staring at this like a drool cup, that ain't me. What a miserable existence. If you're a set it and forget it, I knew I was risking $350 in that trade. I can enjoy life. Acknowledge that, folks. I'm telling you, man, trading's 80% psychological and 20% discipline. And the psychological I take care of with, I knew what the max potential loss was, and I'm cool with it. Trade smaller positions, ladies and gentlemen. Does that make sense? Right? Goose, I put the same thread in the ready room about swinging for the fences. Assume 100% loss. Swinging big got me killed. That's a great way to put it. I'm getting back to Disney because as it went through and so again, if it hits my eject point, and if you logged in early, I think over in Susie, what did I get filled on? FX, whatever it was, I put in an alert. I get an alert. At double the credit that I take in, I get a text alert or something like that, or whatever it is. It says, hey, it's at this point. I evaluate the trade. If it's at the eject point and my commit criteria have changed, I eject. Sometimes. I'm the pilot in command. I look at everything going on and go, meh. If it's at my eject and I stay in, I stay in. Or I add a repair trade, maybe, like we did with Lulu. I had to dogfight Lulu for a good couple days. That was interesting and fun. Okay. So I want to talk about Disney just because, the whole Kaepernick thing. What a disgrace. The man's a disgusting human being. He's just protesting cops or whatever. You see his 4th of July tweet? 4th of July is a racist, white supremacist holiday. What did you just say? Hey, liberal media who said Colin Kaepernick's only doing it this. He's not anti-American or anti-flag. You ever see a picture of him with his white family? Or that picture of him standing next to his Ferrari in front of his big house? Woo, somebody help Colin Kaepernick. He's oppressed. Mike, me too. Swinging big got me lots of strikeouts and not enough home runs. Trading much smaller now. Good for you. I like the way you said that. JP, you said in the weekly debrief the market was going to sell off into the close on Thursday. I didn't even need to burn a lucky strike. Thanks, JP. Exactly. That's exactly what it did. I don't know how many times I've told people, like, folks, no results found. So here's what I'm getting at. Trade and listen to the folks, your fellow squadron mates. Trade smaller and live happier. You swing for the fences, man, and strike out more often than you hit a homer, you're going to lose, you're going to burn out, and you'll be done. Don't do it. It's that simple, folks. If you're laying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning going, oh my God, I hope the market does this tomorrow, you're failing. You're doing it wrong. If you're laying in bed going, I'd like the market to do this tomorrow. If it doesn't, I'm going to live. You're doing it right. Does everybody understand that? Because you're not. So trade smaller, more opportunities to learn. You got it, Gary. Okay. I'm rambling about this because I want to re-attack on Disney. Disney's done, man. It went up on a documentary, or what else did they announce? Hamilton. Folks are already going after Hamilton. It's a racist. Hamilton owned slaves. Hamilton this. Hamilton. Hamilton. You see those pieces of shit Black Lives Matter people outside of a church in New York City? Now they're harassing white people walking into church, and they went into the church and disrupted the service with their loudspeakers. You don't see that on MSNBC, do you? So, I'm going to keep the love alive with Disney. First of all, I was going to do Apple for Friday, a bull put spread, and it ran away from me. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, guys. It just the FAGMs. Now let's stop right here. Look at that chart. The only other chart that reminds me of that right now is Amazon, and it doesn't remind me of Amazon because Amazon's a hockey stick. This is more of a wedge. There was a guy in my fleet squadron. His call sign was Wedge because he was the simplest tool known to man. But anyway, the FAGMs have been a gift that keeps on giving until when? Until they're not. So hopefully, just based on my situational awareness, my brothers and sisters I trade with, just knowing in general, we'll get a little bit of a heads up that somebody's yelling fire. You're welcome, Jeff. I appreciate that. Jeff, new TGO member since end of March, going with 5% of my capital commitment for options trading. Good strategy, which allows me to continue my ongoing training and learning. Jeff, well, there's like 9 Jeffs in here. Jeff, that's a gold star right there, man. Everybody read what Jeff says, and we'll talk Apple. The next thing you need to do is also decide what type of trader you're going to be right now. Tactical, or because I'm doing a lot of tactical trading right now. In accelerated retirement tomorrow, we're going to get back, and we started to get back into a little longer term trading, but at least in PLTB, we can still be tactical here. The 370 is a good level here. What's this? What's the risk to reward? Man, it really ran away from me. We're going to have to go up about $2.50. Crap. I like the 370. I mean, the risk to reward is it's in my wheelhouse. Anything underneath this is right on the border of my risk to reward. Risking 200 to make 50. It's literally, that's why I'm acting like this. It's literally, this is my minimum. unless I'm doing an iron condor to offset this risk, 1 to 0.25 is a little, it's not a little, it's on the low side. But going up $2.50, you know, the risk reward is definitely right in the middle, but obviously a lower probability. My strategic mindset for the week, folks, let's go back to a chart of the S&P 500. I think we do what we did over here. So this whole gap down was just a quick, here's some fire scarecrow, and then we levitated. Another, here's some fire scarecrow. I think we got a levitation here. What's the levitation based on? You have to type it, it's too long a word. Earnings. So earnings, the financials are here, the FAGMs are out here. So we're going to see some clarity here. I briefed yesterday, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I don't know. I don't know how the market's going to react to earnings. Most companies have already said that they're not giving out forward guidance. They're done. We don't know what the future holds. We don't even know if we're going to be in business in a year, right? So they'll tell us how they did, and then they're not going to tell us how they're going to do. Okay, does that make sense? So we should kind of channel into earnings, right? We should kind of settle. I think we might get another hover here. The market needed this, guys. I told you this was going to happen. I said we need to put our feet down in the deep end to see where the deep end is, and the deep end held. So we either got a hover or an up, but the up will only be based on if the market ignores reality, and the reality is that earnings are going to suck. Excuse me. Most companies have done a good job of doing what? Earnings are going to suck. If they suck less, the market goes up. If they suck worse, the market will go down. Does that make sense? So this is why for now I have to stay kind of tactical. I have to stay with shorter term trades because if the music stops, I want to be ready for it. If the music stops, I want to have enough coin to be able to holy shit. I needed to get back into let's go look at Microsoft. Microsoft's is another gift that keeps on giving, man. I had 4,000 shares, damn it. I'm telling you guys, Microsoft and Apple have just been fantastic, and obviously Amazon up north of 3K, just absolutely incredible. But all right, enough rambling. What I'm getting at is Apple. I think we can hover, and this is a good trade. Selling one of Friday's 372.5 puts, and as a potential hedge in case I'm wrong, let's buy these downside puts. So that's kind of our basement, 370. If Apple between now and Friday, pretty volatile week, folks. Like I said, earnings are starting at least on Ameritrade. What the hell platform is this? Markets calendars. You can look up and see who's got earnings this week. Not super a lot, or ones that I care about. The next week is all the financials, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, so that'll be a big week, okay? If you believe in old investing and all the books that I threw out, Dow theory says what? Financials and transports lead us in and out of bad. Think about that. If banks are loaning money, you can get an auto loan, a mortgage, you can refi, get your business loan. Good. FedEx, UPS, the Baltic Dry Index, CSX, they're hitting on all cylinders. The economy's good. So that's old Dow theory, but I'm going to transfer that into Captain Kirk, Admiral Kirk, Newville. Newville says, yeah, that is still a good indicator of if we're healthy or not. The biggest transportation stock is what? Don't even type it. It's Amazon. Amazon is FedEx, UPS, CSX, and the Baltic Dry Index all put together. That's your barometer of the economy. It's Amazon. That's it. There we go. So bullish on Apple using puts, and it's a spread. This tactic clearly is called a bull put spread. It's also called a credit spread, right? We're bringing in 69 cents to do this because we're doing one contract. I'm doing one contract trades now. Why? Because it just makes sense. Also shows I'm not giving investment advice, but it also shows people who have smaller accounts what this would look like. The first place we always look before we place any trade is that. What is our max potential loss? $181. You need to become an aviator. You need to put a check mark right there and go, I acknowledge my risk. Any of you who look at max profit first are stupid. And I mean that with the full weight of that word. You're an idiot if you look at that first and go, I want to make that. Because I guarantee you that's the time you don't, and you're going to get kicked in the teeth with that, and you're going to be very upset. Don't do it. If this is not acceptable to you, that risk, you ready for this blinding piece of Tuesday morning brilliance? Don't do it. Doc, my arm hurts when I do this. Don't do that. Always, always, always look at max potential loss first. That's my risk. I acknowledge it. I'm the pilot in command. I'm the PIC. I got it. Acknowledged. Now you can bring your eyes up to Mr. or Mrs. or gender neutral, whatever, happy face. Okay, now I know my max potential profit. Underneath are the probabilities using the at the money volatility as I'm talking to you in those options. Absolute volatility is moving around at all times. But currently, looking into the future, that is the volatility on Apple. Okay. So now we say, how do we make money in this trade? I love credit spreads because we make money 3 out of 4 ways. 75% of the ways we can make money, we can. That dotted line, ladies and gentlemen, is the current price of Apple, as you can see, because there's the stock price down there. Apple can go up, we make money. Duh. Apple hangs, man. Wiz, you're right. It kind of leveled off in channel. We make money. Apple can even go down a little bit, folks, as long as it stays above that break even of 37.81. That's the short put minus the credit that we took in. Used to have to do math in the old days. Now we're all lazy and we can look on the screen and the math is done for us. Okay, let me grab a screenshot of that as well. I think I'm doing this. Susie's doing this over in her PA. 6, 7, or 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Okay. And we will fire this in this account. Hold on, what's mid-market? Oh, sorry. Let's get back to my checklist here. 70 cents. Let's go about. It's moving around 3 cents wide. I'd go up to 73-ish, down to maybe 68-ish. Let's stick at 70. What would be my potential eject? Combat and trading, some people think, is complex. How do you battle complexity? You battle complexity with simplicity. Let's do political science, knuckle dragging Navy fighter pilot math. A good rule of thumb is to simply double the credit that we take in. If we take in a credit of 70 cents, double it. Let me take my fingers into $1.40. So around $1.40 is when I would say, why is Apple imploding because this trade's going against me? And I can't tell you that right now, folks. So here's a perfect example of how we do it in the military. In the brief, I would say, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if we get into the target area, one of these 4 things is going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. And I brief those things. So when we get into the target area and one of those happens, we go, hey, scenario B happened. And here's how we do it, right? This is why it's called a brief. So I can't tell you when Apple, sitting here today, hits $1.40, what I'm going to do. Or actually, I can. I can tell you that I take off my oxygen mask in the cockpit and I wipe the sweat from my brow and go, why is Apple going down? And if it was just a, I don't know, short-term shock or the blah, 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 I evaluate. And as the pilot in command, I go, you know what? And also part of the commit criteria, we'll cover this in our full throttle training, is momentum. Not just 3 to 5 sentences of why I got into a trade, but also what's going on with the damn stock. Your 3 to 5 sentences could be solid, and now it's just stupidity trade, either up or down. Don't sit there with great commit criteria with your arms crossed like, take that, Apple stock, as it barrels over you like the dude in Animal House. Remain calm, all is well. Kevin Bacon, you're going to get run over. Don't. Put that in step 3 in your commit criteria, the big M, and spell out the word momentum with a question mark. Are you wrong? Because we are in a market, folks. Does anybody remember 2-3 months ago? 3,000 point down days, 2,000 point up. I mean, you want to talk about momentum trading, ladies and gentlemen? That was it. How do I close? All right, I'll do that afterwards. So again, look at this: 1,000 up, 3,000 down. So make momentum part of your ejection decision. You can have solid commit criteria, folks, and momentum could be the missile that just you didn't see. All right. Did I get orders? Okay, got filled on that. Oh, I didn't do Apple. All right, well, she'll do Apple when we get done. I'm not going to eat up the clock. As far as getting exercise, the Apple stock, is it the bid, the ask, or the last that we care about? It's the closing print. Slash, what's your? I'm not sure what your question is, though. What are you worried about with Apple? All right. Folks, if you put on a bull put spread and it implodes for some reason this week and you end up with long Apple shares in your account, it might not be the worst thing to ever. Remember, folks, sometimes with assignment, I most of the time in my trading career, I've turned assignment into a profitable trade. I'm long shares in this, selling at the money covered call to Friday and have somebody pay you to take the stock away. Wow, I turned that into a profitable trade. Exactly. All right. All right. What? Disney. We're sticking with Disney, man. It's. Don't tell me Disney stock went up yesterday because of Hamilton or Colin Kaepernick, a third-rate quarterback who, towards the end of his career, starts wanking about social injustice. Nike should be using Pat Tillman as an example of a great American, not a dude who hasn't even been to Chicago. Where what? That little girl. Did you see the video from New York City yesterday? Of course you didn't. It's not on MSNBC or any. This guy's walking his child to school. Little girl. Car pulls up right next to him. He gets shot 5 times, man, and the girl runs away screaming. New York City. Got to be a horrific tragedy. The little girl scarred for the rest of her life. I'm starting not to care. I don't care anymore about New York City. I don't give a shit. This is how I know our country is disintegrating. I don't care. When you eliminate $1 billion from your police force, you say you hate cops. I don't care anymore. The top of the Drudge Report today. There's reports that the White House is hoping that the American people, I'm not going to use the word that I've used, or I will. COVID fatigue. White House hopes Americans will grow numb to the death toll. Hey, the weak. I said this 2 months ago, and I was right. Now this country, ladies and gentlemen, a guy like me who used to care about this shit does not give a shit. I don't care about New York City and the lawlessness and people getting shot in the head. I don't care. You brought it on yourself. It's like being a father. Don't touch the stove. Don't touch the stove. Ow! You're an idiot. I've had it. But look at that. I really don't care, folks. I don't care, especially as a guy who in this closet has a well-regulated militia and a family that knows how to use it and defend themselves. Give me this shit. It's insane. Disgrace to fund the police. Do it. I watched, sitting on the couch last night, I watched Tombstone, and I'm like, man, this country is turning into the Wild West. Always wanted to live in the Wild West. I'm getting tactical gear. I'm getting vests. I told you this, guys, back here. I didn't know it would be racial, but back here, ladies and gentlemen, I warned you about civil unrest. I said, get armed. I showed you the guns I bought. I said ammo. I said, get armed. I didn't know this was going to happen, the racial thing. I thought it was going to be because of I'm broke. my restaurant's out of business, and I just saw that Josh Brown, who's on CNBC, got $1 million bailout. Excuse me. Could you imagine being one of his clients? You charged me how much in commissions last year? It's a disgrace. Nestor, I'm getting to Disney. If you don't want to hang out for my rants, leave. Trade brief goes an hour to an hour and a half. All right. So, thanks, Lee. I appreciate it. No, I mean, if you want to conduct a trade brief, man, you do it or don't. Your ears are bleeding? Then leave, dude. Why are your ears bleeding? Then leave. I'll text you the trade, man. When I'm giving a brief, don't tell me what the brief. All right, so I'm going to stay bearish on Disney here because it's just there's no way that Apple's people who already got filled on Apple. Apple did make a turn here. Damn it! Did I get filled? And here's a perfect example, guys, that I don't. So this JP Morgan thing's like old. It won't go out of this. Wow. All right. Well, that ran away from me. If we have time towards the end of it, I will. I might have to roll the strikes. Yeah. Some people said it ran away from them too. Let's go over to Disney since Nestor his ears are bleeding. Let's stick with Disney. It's going lower, guys. It's just not. When's their earnings though? And I think their earnings are going to be in. Thanks, Bam. Their earnings are going to be a shit show. Oh, August. We got a month to trade Disney. And with Florida reclosing, it's just not. You guys know my commit criteria. I just stay right where we did. What was it? And I'd go out. I'm not going to stay tactical in this. I'm going to go out. It is, Lee. It is a sad thing. I trust me, man. Going to Disney. I hate Disney. I hate stinky, smelly, rude people who bump into me. Disney is my definition of hell on earth. I can't stand it. I can't stand people and sweaty and stinky and rude and nobody speaks English and calm blue ocean. But when my beautiful princess Keely asked me to go to Disney or to Universal or whatever, guess what Uncle Wiz or Father Wiz does? He goes to Disney or wherever. I can't stand it. Exactly. Deep breaths. I can't. People ain't even speaking English and they're bumping into me. I'm like, if you spoke English, I can't. Anyway. Exactly, Christine. I will do anything for my kids, man. But just know it is a big sacrifice for me to go to Disney, man. I just don't like it. My point being, folks, is that, that's a little too much of risk. My point being is their parks are closed. It's Celia, LOL, I can't even stand Sesame Place, and it's 10% of Disney. Oh, man. And Thomas, you do need a loan to go to Disney. There was an article in the Journal like a year ago about how Disney had turned into like the upper middle class. But yeah, these family, I'm not going to judge people by their appearance, but I just kind of looking at people I'm like, this ain't cheap. The $50 hot dog or the $200 to get in here, but they print money. My point being is they're not making this money. I mean, there was an epidemiologist that's like, we'll be wearing masks and social distancing for years. Check your pronouns, nerd. No, we won't. I won't, or I'll leave. I'm not doing this, folks. For a 0.01% fatality rate, get out of here. So yeah, we're getting very close to, well, at least we know who the redcoats, if the Brits, if we were going back in time, we know who would be supporting the redcoats. Hell, we might be able to go up to 117. Yes, I am going out 2 weeks. I'm not, guys. So earnings are a month away. There ain't no way between now and earnings Disney's having good news. Disney was up a little bit yesterday on Hamilton and Kaepernick. That's their news? Folks, do you know how much Disney Plus or whatever it's called is a month? It's $7. I love the stupid people on CNBC that are like, well, their entertainment stuff will make up for the park. Are you shitting me? $7 for a month or $50 for a shitty hot dog with a lemonade that's $72. The math doesn't work. All right, enough ranting. 117, 118 bear call spread. Dawn, the July 17th opening, as far as I've heard, is not going to happen. There is no way on God's green earth that Miami-Dade, Broward, I think, is probably going to close today. I'm up in Palm Beach. Manny, Mo, and Jack. Miami, Broward, Palm Beach. This is Southeast Florida, folks. If Southeast Florida is relocking down, ain't no way on God's green earth that Orlando is opening up. Orlando is, I think, Karen, forgive me if I'm wrong, is the COVID capital of the world. I haven't heard anything yet either, guys, officially. How many of you were here when I got the Disney's going to close 4 weeks before it closed? Somebody tell me how Disney stays open. Ooh, Larry, that's a good piece of intel. 12:30, the Governor DeSantis is going to be talking about COVID. Scott, where? Not here in Boca, the Boca Resort, where I was going to go after this brief and sit there with my laptop and trade. The Boca Resort's closed. They closed beaches up here in Palm Beach, and Disney's running away from us. Let's stop talking about it and start trading about it. I'm gonna. What's the risk reward here? Yeah, that's better. This is a more aggressive spread. The 116, 117 is the more aggressive spread. The 117, 118. Quentin, I think that's the deal. I think you nailed it, man. What was it? A couple weeks ago, Karen, the move on, they signed a move on, like 13,000 Disney employees signed a petition. Please don't kill us. Okay. What's the unemployment rate? Okay, 13,000 employees from Disney. We hear your concerns. You're fired. 13,000 unemployed Americans. Do you want to come work at Disney under safe conditions? Yes. Go Ronald Reagan on their ass. I'm Gordon Gekko at this moment. You complain, you're fired. Every company that I know of is bending over. Look at MGM and the casinos. The Caesars CEO yesterday sent a letter to employees. You break social distancing, you're fired. You break, mask procedures, you're fired. Companies are bending over backwards to kiss Black Lives Matter's ass and COVID. 13,000 of my employees bitched about something, I'd fire them. It would look bad. I don't care. I have a fiduciary duty to my shareholders. The employees aren't the shareholders. They're our team members. They can suck it. That's Gordon Gekko. And scene. So here's the Disney bear call spread. The 116, 117 is a little bit more aggressive. Three is still $3, man. That would be a big rally in Disney by next Friday. Can it? Sure. Will it? I don't know. This whole move of Wall Street from shareholders to stakeholders. We care about all these other people. Me as a shareholder, this is another reason I don't, I'm only quote a random shareholder in Microsoft or Apple, is because they're awful. How dare you, CEO, talk about stakeholders like employees or what? I get it if you're a good steward of the community and stuff like that, but blah, 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 blah. Say it. But at the end of the day, dude, lady, you have a fiduciary duty to me, a shareholder. Nowhere else legally do you have any responsibility to shit to the environment or anything. This is the end of capitalism, folks. When we sit here and we do all this stuff, it's a disgrace, in my opinion. When we've lost Wall Street, right? Yeah, no, Elizabeth Warren, I guarantee this is another reason stocks are going to implode when Elizabeth Warren is Treasury Secretary. Shareholders will be at the back of the bus. The first, your company, Wiz Inc., the first thing you have a fiduciary duty to is the environment. What? The second is your employees. What? The third is your city and neighborhoods. Excuse me. The fifth is the last are your shareholders. You want to own stock in companies where you're at the back of the bus and they really don't care about making money for you? This is the new welcome to capitalism 2.0. It's going to fail. And another reason, never own a share of stock unless it's a FAGM. You got it, David. Dems want to change corporate charters to make you responsible to society. You got it. That's exactly what's going on. Corporate America is caving into the mob. The CEO of Boeing, I tagged him on Twitter. I'm trying to get his email address. He's a coward. Some guy, military dude, wrote an article, a con article about women in combat. That was in the 90s, folks. I was in the first USS Abraham Lincoln, man, the first West Coast carrier to deploy with women. It was a hot topic. The mob is starting to find articles from 30 years ago, and this executive at Boeing got fired for what he wrote 30 years ago. The CEO of Boeing is a coward. He's a disgrace. Maybe when the ISIS comes to America, because let's open everybody with open arms. I hope he picks his chin up a little higher as ISIS slices his head off. He's a coward, and he makes defense aircraft. It's a disgrace. Corporate CEOs are imploding, and it's an embarrassment. This country is coming apart at the seams, folks. I'm not shitting you. Watch that clip of that guy getting shot in the head walking his daughter to school. De Blasio. There's a lot of reasons for that. I think it's because people are cooped up. This is your country, folks. I'm not kidding you that if you don't think that I got a team of people looking into Turks and Caicos, I don't, I'm telling you folks, when you lose a guy like me, 15 years, when you've lost me and I'm more or less there, you know, Davey Day Trader, head to Trade Zero to receive Trade Zero Pro free for sale. Look at that. Head to Trade Zero to receive Trade Pro free for 6 months and a $20 pizza credit. Oh my God, man. Stocks could be poised for a big drop, according to Gary Schilling. Well, to this guy's credit, he was alive back then. I can't even. What is this thing? Let's look at this. Trade Zero. Now the guy's launching a trading service. Yeah, there we go. Oh my God, look at it. He's got his trade screen up. May all your dreams be green. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a slice of pizza here. I ah. Oh my God. First mistake, ladies and gentlemen, that I see. Anybody see? There are no terms and conditions. There's no disclaimer that he's not a registered investment advisor, broker. Oh my God, man. That is fantastic. Nestor, I'd love for him to be my competition because I could call the SEC right now and put him out of business. He's giving investment advice. He's not a registered investment advisor. Does anybody see any terms and conditions down here? Nestor, he's not my competition. I'd love for him to be my competition because when the market implodes, we're going to make millionaires again, and he's going to wipe people out. Exactly. Who needs disclaimers? Nothing will ever go wrong. Exactly. I can't even. this is Portney's complaint. What's that one, Dave? I don't think I've seen that. Let me copy that. Portney's complaint. No, folks, man, I live in compliance. If somebody gave me this web page is like, hey, we're launching a new service at Top Gun Options, and it looked like this, I'd fire them. There is absolutely not one disclaimer on this web page. We have disclaimers all over the place, and we actually disclose. Oh my God, this is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. What's Portney's complaint? I'll look at that later. Okay. Rick, that's exactly right. If he's not careful, he's going to ruin his real business, guys. This is, it's an old movie. Okay. Ali McGraw. That's funny. But guys, no, this is nuts. Let's see if it's on the offer page. Oh, I'm doing U.S. or international. Oh, there you go. Just they're getting email addresses. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go play with this. I can't wait to send this to my attorneys. This is incredible. So shit. I mean, why even be well? I'm not going to say that. Why be even compliant anymore? I am going to be compliant because guys like this come and go. Man, we've been here for 10 years. Oh, I told you the other day that one dude who wrote a really bad review about me, who we're suing 6 counts in civil court. He's refusing service of the lawsuit. Another coward in this country. It is a broker? Let me see this. So he's advertising for a broker dealer, and he's not registered. He doesn't have his series anything. He doesn't even know what those things mean. So he's essentially an affiliate. Broker check, disclosures, day trading, penny stocks, online trading, liquidation, volatility options, margin disclosure. Ah, there you go. I love it. This is fantastic. So he's essentially trying to be the marketing arm for this. Wow. OB, he will lay a huge egg, lose money, and the SEC will come in and take 5 months to nail him long after the fact. Probably. Yeah, he's essentially acting as an affiliate. But here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me. It is against the law for him to get paid anything other than, quote, a small marketing fee for this. He can't get paid for funded accounts. He can't get paid for how much they trade. And I got a lot of shit to do today. This has made my day a lot longer because I'm going to dig into this shit because this is, he's Maze Capital. Exactly. Wow. Well, this day just got a lot more interesting. Oh, trust me. Well, if Scott's beaches down in Miami are open, or his place, I'm going to the Boca Resort, or I'm just walking onto the beach. I would love to get arrested today by the Boca Police Department for going on the beach where nobody is. Where was that? Oh, here it is. Now I'm researching today, man. This is fantastic. I love this. But again, this is John, licensing problems. I sued a guy for that crap years ago. He has a big problem. John, you know my backstory, man. When I launched the Options News Network as an independent service tied to a broker dealer with the mothership as a prop shop, I lived in her office every morning. That was my first stop, was the compliance lady. All right, Wiz. I'm like, okay, we are lily white in all that we do. Okay. Yeah, and Amazon. Yeah, I got my other screen up here, and Amazon is happening. Amazon's back, baby. All right. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the way, we got Apple, we got Disney. Holy crap! There we go again. Another green day out of Amazon. That's on a tear, guys. Remember, when something's on a tear, either join in or get out of the way. I might get back into some Microsoft here over in my personal account. I don't think I'm filled on anything over here. I'm gonna go. And here's the deal, guys. So sometimes, when I'm doing the stuff on the paper trading and then I go over to my PA to do the accounts, sometimes I get worse prices and worse fill like this. Apple's starting to run away. Might have to go up a strike. All right, I'm going to debate that. So, joined Amazon. Thanks, Wiz. Much appreciated. Keep it up. Thanks, Dan. Welcome aboard. Angel, I do shares on Microsoft and I do covered calls. I'm doing. I can't see. And I didn't get out of my Microsoft. Here, let me. All right. Well, let me. I will show you my PA. TGO, was it TGO primary? Because I'm doing a covered call on Microsoft. I thought I unwound the short calls. I didn't get filled. Well, that explains that. So yeah, Microsoft, what a great. So I do options, and in the two big FAGM names, I do shares. Dennis, quick update on my Amazon synthetic call. Now up 140 grand. Wow. Thanks, Ken. Thank you, sir. We'll send you a lifetime client. Thanks, Benoit. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, guys. Look at this. Microsoft is coming back. It was up 13. Here's the short call I sold. Or wait, no. Let me open this up. Here we go. Yeah. So the stock's up 13.6 from yesterday, and the short call is under. But look at the short call. Let me analyze this short call by Friday. $10,000 I could bring in just on the short calls. So I do all this stuff over in my personal accounts, guys. So please shoot me an email if you want to get into Max Afterburner or the regular Afterburner. If you do regular Afterburner, it's free it's free if you're a lifetime member. So shoot Susie an email if you want the lifetime membership. Yeah, I'll shoot out an email with the trades here as soon as I get done rambling. So yeah, the lifetime membership, folks, that's the deal. It's a little underpriced if you ask me. But all right, hold on. Yes, exactly, Benoit. I think you said that last time. It's not free. It's included. I have to change the way I say that. The regular Afterburner is included in lifetime. Mark, would you consider it bullish that so many are saying the market is too high, ready for a big fail, contrarian? Mark, I'm not. I can't. I've never been a contrarian investor. I got to tell you anecdotally, 1 out of 100 times that has worked in my career. It doesn't work. If everybody's bullish right now, I will be destroyed. Folks, remember, if everybody's getting bullish, that creates momentum. If everybody's getting ready to get bearish and pounded into the dirt, I've never been a contrarian guy. It just doesn't work for me. Kathy, my goal is to make enough on trades so I get a lifetime membership. Looking forward to the training. You got it, Kathy. I'm looking forward to you becoming a lifetime member. Mike, if you were going to do a synthetic now, which one would you do? Mike, if you're talking Amazon, go watch the replay from yesterday for the solo Amazon brief. We did a synthetic stock trade yesterday in solo Amazon. So that replay is posted. Go watch solo Amazon. And that's already making money today. We looked at long calls and we looked at synthetic stock right here. 3,500 calls, and we looked at synthetic stock. So it's on the solo Amazon page. Okay. Any other questions going out of the way? Get in the ready room, guys. Here's what I'll start doing at the end of these briefs is reminding you as I leave to get in here. I need to be better about getting in here, but most of my time's over in the Max Afterburner or regular Afterburner group dealing with folks. But there's some great stuff in here. These guys are doing some good work. And gals, sorry about that. Cindy's in here, Goose, Robert, El Grillo, great stuff. So after you leave a live trade brief like this, Vic's idea for an election hedge, SPX versus SPY versus XSP, bull put spread, level 2 cash. If you have any questions, get in here. FOMO, am I the only one? That was a great thread. So get in here as you leave a live trade brief. If you got some time before you got to go on with the rest of your day, which I'm going to be signing up for this stuff. Go in the ready room and interact with your fellow squadron mates. Okay. All right, guys. Great day. Great 2 days. Again, shoot me an email if you want access to Max Afterburner. Okay. 79 people in here, man. It's great. And then these guys, Goose is in here, David, Trader Vic, Jeff is just a pro-am knocking it out of the frickin' park here. So the Afterburner or the Max Afterburner, both groups are epic. But shoot me an email if you want Max, shoot Susie an email if you want regular Afterburner, because that is Benoit included in the lifetime memberships, okay? And then we'll do accelerated retirement tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'm thinking about moving that to noon just so it matches the weekly. We have noons and tens. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Modi, how do I get into synthetic stock right now? Dude, it's 11:20 and you're asking that question. Joseph, lifetime is 17.5. Modi, if you're in Amazon, it's right here, man. If you're talking about solo Amazon synthetic stock, we did it yesterday in the brief, man. Thanks, Squid. Good brief. Yep. All Army pilots' lives matter. I love it. Oh, I'm sorry. Over here. Member content, solo Amazon. So if you're asking about synthetic stock, guys, we did this yesterday. It's telling me you don't watch the. Did he test positive? Oh, wow. With my luck, EWZ is going up. Let's watch this. Where'd you guys see that? Where's my phone? Okay. Yep, you guys are right. Good job. Let's see what happens. Oh, I got Bloomberg on. It was on CNBC. Ah, shit, I didn't get filled on EWZ. Or is it my PA? Hasn't reacted yet, folks. Knowing EWZ, the Federal Reserve of or whatever they call it, Banco de Reservo of Brazil is going to buy stocks to make sure the market doesn't implode. So it ran away from me. I didn't get filled on EWZ. All right, guys, I got to go. I got to go sign up for and get my $20 pizza coupon. You're living through history. We've gone from Warren Buffett as the smartest guy in the world to this. Free $20 pizza gift credit. I welcome. No way this guy's competition. I welcome this because when I don't wish bad on anybody, man, except Army pilots. But no, I mean, who wants little old ladies? Well, I don't think little old ladies are trading with. Who wants 22-year-old millennials blowing out their accounts? Because it will happen, folks. They have no idea about the storm coming in September, October. They're going to be blindsided. Mr. Stocks only go up. If I don't hear the words October surprise out of him, I'm not going to feel bad for people who blow out their accounts because you're the pilot in command. And if you listen to a guy doing this, you deserve all of it. Okay. So, all right, guys. They are exactly, Scott. Millennials will get blown out of their accounts and ask where their bailout is. Like, where's the government bailout? Cool. All right, guys, I got to go. Going to have a busy day looking into this shit and talking to my attorneys, and this is interesting. But anyway, have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of you tomorrow for accelerated retirement. I think AR we're going to talk about RTX and Raytheon. Okay. All right, guys. God bless, and I'll talk to you later. We'll see you. Yeah, Wiz, WHIZ at Top Gun Options. If you want to get into this stuff, $20,000 yesterday. I did live with these people, and that's one day. We've been doing. The only shit show was Lulu, and I had to dogfight around that. But we've been. So yesterday I paid for 6 months of Max Afterburner training with a couple of trades. Okay, I got to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.